Well, Texas, you got me. You had me going there for maybe, I don't know, close to 6 months, making me really think that this group of guys, this team, was going to be different. 19 starters back, the growing pains out of the way, the coaching staff able to really get their systems implemented, a favorable schedule, what people kept saying. This was the year that Texas was finally going to get out of that rut they'd been in the last 3 years and really get back in the game, as it were. Competing for a conference title, maybe get to a BCS game, heck, maybe even at some point be in the national conversation. No, nothing's changed. Now, before we go too much on Texas side of it, we need to really focus on BYU and just how good of a team that is, and just I can't say enough about how well coached they are, just how dominant they were. I mean, they broke a school record against Texas for rushing. They also gave up a school record of rushing yards for ourselves. I can't even believe they knocked out what Oklahoma did to us last year, though Oklahoma actually threw the ball too. BYU was just able to run it up the gut. Taysom Hill, we couldn't stop him at all. You thought that was Vince Young out there or something like that. Just really embarrassing performance from Texas. Not embarrassing that you lost necessarily to BYU. BYU's a good team. They're well coached. They're always tough. But coming into this game particularly, even my perspective on it was this was a test game. This was a game where it's going to be tough. BYU's going to play you tough. You're going to struggle on offense a little bit, but you're going to come through. And we'll kind of know a little bit more about this Texas team. Well, I was right about that. We do know a little bit more about this Texas team. And it's that everything we thought was fixed was not. The defense still can't tackle. They missed a lot of reads. They couldn't stop the read option if the lot depended on it. And it wasn't just the option, and the option killed us. Even straight runs up the gut, we're getting 15, 20, 30 yards a pop. Just really, really embarrassing. And even in the secondary, especially in the second half, when they did throw the football, we weren't ready to stop them and complete them down the field. On offense, inconsistent, as it always has been the last couple of years. Is there talent? Of course there is. Mike Davis is a great receiver. David Ash can get the ball there. And you saw at times where we'd score in like 4, 5, or 6 plays. But that's not a bright spot because if your offense is inconsistent, if you do it once and then you stall for 6 straight drives, it doesn't really do you much, especially when you're playing a team like BYU. And then the coaching staff. I don't know what they've been doing this offseason. I don't know. On defense, we all know it's with Manny Diaz. I don't know what's going on with that. Nothing. If nothing else, it's worse than it was last year. And we're only in week 2. I mean, think about last year's team. They were able to mask a lot of the problems until we got to Oklahoma. Now it's out in the open. We all know what we're bad at. And when it comes to offense, I don't know what we're doing with the play calling. I know last week they said that the Horns were stubborn trying to run the football when they could clearly throw the ball. Well, tonight, for a while, felt the same way. We're trying to run the ball in the teeth of a really good, strong defensive line and linebacking core, and not taking advantage of the athletes on the outside. But that's neither here nor there. That's talking about particulars of the game. This is much bigger than this game. This is about an entire fan base, entire support system that was really excited about seeing this team and what they could do this year. And to go out week 2 and just get destroyed. I mean, it wasn't that Texas didn't show up. That's not what happened. Brigham Young was better, far superior coached, better coached players, and a better game plan. They knew what they wanted to do against Texas. We had no idea what we were going to do against BYU. So, Brigham Young, can't say enough credit to those guys out there and the program that Bronco Mendenhall's putting out there. For Texas, for Mack Brown, for Vanny Diaz, for Major Applewhite, David Ash, the defense, the offense. I have no idea what's going to happen. But one thing I do know is that you got me. You fooled me. You had me buying in. You had me get my hopes up, looking forward to this season. Now, I have no idea what's going on at this point. So, Ole Miss next week. I'll be in the building next week actually watching us play Ole Miss, and we'll see what happens with that. If we can stop that offense, that'll be fun. But we don't know much about Texas. Well, no, we do know something about Texas. We know they're not very good at this point. So we'll see what we can do the rest of the season. But all I can say is, Texas, you got me.